Hey there, Papper people. You guys wanted a video on drugs and their effect on sleep, and here it is.
Excuse me, Jason, did you see that people actually like Lego Men more than they like you at this point?
I have not seen that.
Yeah, like when James and Tammy from South Carolina called and said, hey, we like Lego Man, but we don't like you.
I don't recall them saying that.
I just think the channel needs a shift in Lego Man. More Lego Man. Do you think you need more Lego Man?
No, I don't. But I do think I need to get to the sponsor of this video, cpapsupplies.com, hella quick, because this video is going to be long. So if you want to use discount code LuckyLanky for the month of March, you can go in and buy hella stuff and get that discount code working for you in your favor. You get 20% off. You also get 100 loyalty reward points. Basically, those points rack up hella because you get, I'm talking bonus loyalty reward points. So you get the original ones, then you get the bonus ones. So really, you're getting over like 200 loyalty reward points. You're getting like 20% off plus another 10 bucks off. So it is well worth it to use this discount code. Any mask or accessory you can use, some of the best accessories in my opinion are the Hurricane Dryer as well as the VCOM. I use both all the time, and as well as you can use it for any mask. Please check out the sponsor of this video, cpapsupplies.com. Boom! On with the video. All right, let's get right to this. I'm gonna be 100% straight with you like I am with everything. I really don't know jack crap about drugs and their interactions on sleep other than casual observations in the sleep lab. So because of that, I compiled a list. I asked a lot of people. I asked some physicians that actually know some things and are knowledgeable about drugs and their interactions. And with that, I came up with pages and pages of information that I'm gonna read off to you in the most exciting way possible. So please keep that in mind as you listen to this video. I am by no means an expert. I'm not even an amateur in this. I am so subpar in drugs and their interactions on sleep, but I did a lot of research for you guys, and I'm gonna share that with you right now.
Excuse me, Jason, are you saying that all of this information, you basically asked a guy on the corner who runs a business out of his trench coat?
No, but that's actually not that far off. All right, I also want to make it really clear, I'm going to mispronounce the hell out of a lot of these names. So if you happen to know the correct pronunciation, good on you. I don't. I'm gonna fumble fart my way through these, so please bear with me. There's a lot of drugs we're gonna talk about.
Jason, I think it's cool how you pretend like you don't know anything about drugs.
I really don't know anything about drugs. All this information is gained by clinical observation and not by FDA guidelines as part of a consistent protocol in the pre-approval screening of new drugs. Meaning, if there's a new drug, they're not looking for this stuff and the effect on sleep. This is by observations. With one exception, and that is being if the new drug's stated purpose is as a hypnotic. And in that case, they do look at the interactions on sleep. All right, let's start off with the number one stimulant we all know about. We have caffeine. Also in this category are nicotine, central nervous system stimulants such as methylphenidate, amphetamines, and of course, cocaine.
Excuse me, Jason, did I ever tell you about Legoland's grand opening and all the stuff?
Dude, I'm not touching that. We also have modafinil, otherwise known as Provigil. You have Nuvigil. Those are all going to be stimulants, and all of these interfere with sleep in these ways. One is you have an increase in, it's called WASO, if you ever see that on your report. It stands for awake after sleep onset, meaning when you fall asleep, how much are you awake after that point? Stimulants also have an increase in the number of awakenings, sleep onset latency, meaning the time it takes to fall asleep, also an increase in stage 1 and stage 2 sleep. Usually this indicates that there is frequent arousals. That's my aside. There's a decrease in total sleep time, as well as a decrease in stage 3 sleep, as well as stage REM. This is Grandpa Lanky story time here. No, modafinil, otherwise known as Provigil, this is a stimulant used for excessive daytime somnolence. So a lot of people don't want to be on CPAP, or the doctor just pushes this drug on their own. It does have a very real side effect, that being you have a hard time sleeping. So yeah, you're awake during the day, but then you have a difficult time sleeping at night. So one of the things I looked into is half-life of these. The half-life of Provigil is 15 hours. So meaning you have 200 milligrams that you're taking in the morning. After 15 hours, you're gonna still have 100 milligrams in your system. So it's gonna be stair-stepping down, but there's still gonna be a little in your system every night when you go to bed. So that can have really very real consequences in things like insomnia. So this is something great thing to talk to your doctor about.
Excuse me, Jocelyn. That was a very good disclaimer. Are you sure you didn't consult a lawyer too?
Another category is sedatives and hypnotics. So all facilitate sleep. They're all very wonderful at facilitating sleep, them sedatives and hypnotics. You will crash nipples pointed northward like that. But what are some of the consequences? Let's talk about what these are first. So one, Ambien, otherwise known as Zolpidem. You have Ativan. I'm gonna go through the actual names first, and I'll hit the generics. You have Ativan, Dalmane, Doral, Halcyon, I'm screwing these up, I know it. Prosom, Restoril, Sonata, Xanax, Nembutal, Seconal, Benadryl, Unisom. Then we have some of the newer ones like Ambien, Lunesta, Valium, and even melatonin is actually being suggested as a hypnotic. So the generic names, you might recognize these more: lorazepam, florazepam, quazepam, terazolam, estazolam, temazepam, zalphalon, zolpidem, espodiclone. These are horrible. Who names these? Diazepam, pentobarbital, secobarbital. I'm not even gonna say the one for Benadryl. And then dioxylamine. Okay, all of these are considered sedatives and hypnotics. So what are the interactions? You have an increase in total sleep time. Stage 2 increases. You have a lot of sleep spindles. Sleep spindles are a stage 2 marker. So like sleep N2 sleep has sleep spindles. It's very notable for it. You have a lot more sleep spindles. You have a next day sleepiness or like a hangover effect. You have a decrease in wake after sleep onset, meaning once you fall asleep, nipples pointed northward and nai-nai. You have a decrease in the number of awakenings, and you also have a shortened sleep onset, meaning you fall asleep much faster. You have a marked decrease in REM with barbiturates. And then you have a marked decrease in stage 3 with benzodiazepines and a slight decrease with barbiturates. Benzodiazepines, as well as barbiturates, used for decrease in anxiety, muscle spasms, seizures, and insomnia. So you might be prescribed that if you have any of those issues.
Oh, Jocelyn, you're actually doing a very good job. I can barely tell you don't know jack crap about this. You're faking it just wonderfully, Jocelyn. Dick.
The next is antidepressants. Now, this is great. They may either interfere with or facilitate sleep. Well, bravo, Mr. Obvious. In the antidepressants, you have MAOIs as well as heterocyclics. I'm gonna dick these up too. So examples of these, we have the sedating antidepressants. We have Elavil, Atropine, Sinequan, Tofranil, and then we have the non-sedating, activating antidepressants of Anafranil, Norpramine, Pamelor, or Vivactil. God, those are way harder than they should be. Okay, so with the MAOIs, if you don't know what yours are, look it up. You have a complete elimination of REM sleep. If you're not having any REM sleep and you happen to be on an MAOI, that's the reason why. You also have a slight increase in wake after sleep onset and a slight decrease in total sleep time. So heterocyclics also suppress, but don't completely eliminate, but they suppress REM to varying degrees. Slight increase in stage 3 or slow wave sleep. You have an increase in total sleep time usually. So some are sedating. The ones that are sedating, again, look it up if you don't know. A decrease in wake after sleep onset, a decrease in total number of awakenings, as well as sleep onset. Now, some are activating. If it's activating, you have an increase in wake after sleep onset, an increase in awakenings, and an increase in sleep onset, meaning it takes you longer to fall asleep. In this list, you also have SSRIs. So these suppress REM as well, a marked delay in REM onset. So you might miss your first or second REM periods, have all your REM kind of packed into the end of the night. I'm guessing because of the half-life of these meds as it's wearing off, you're suddenly allowed to have REM, then you get a massive REM rebound. Just my thoughts, my bad. So they also may increase total sleep time, they may increase sleep onset, and then you have other antidepressants such as trazodone, nefazodone, and venlafaxine, mirtazapine, and bupropion. So that is Dreseril, Cerazone, Effexor, Remeron, Wellbutrin. Those are all fairly common. Trazodone, you have 5 to 45 of people reporting drowsiness. You have an increase in total sleep time and next day excessive daytime somnolence, or you're sleepy, as well as increases in stage 3. You have decreased sleep onset, decreased waking after sleep onset, as well as a slight decrease in REM sleep. So nefazodone, you have a 6 to 24% people reporting drowsiness, increases of stage 3. So very similar to trazodone. Effexor, you have 4 to 18% reporting insomnia at the usual dose level, and then a much higher percentage, actually like double, reporting somnolence at the higher dose levels, which is greater than 150 milligrams. So Remeron, you have up to 42% of people reporting sedation. Wellbutrin, you have 5 to 19% reporting insomnia, and then no effect on total sleep time or sleep onset. You do have a decreased REM latency, meaning it takes you longer to go into REM sleep, but then you have an increased percentage of REM. Again, that same effect of REM kind of pushed back to the end of the night. Something I find very interesting with this, again, my own personal interjection, I'm noticing all of these antidepressants kind of dicks up your REM. And so I'm wondering, a lot of it seems to be end of night REM. And this is, I'm just wondering, please let me know in the comments section if you have super, super vivid dreams. And I'm very curious if you have those super vivid, lucid dreaming every night, and if you happen to be on or happen to not be on antidepressants. I would be really curious to find this out, because that's something I'm picking up here. Something a thought I've had in my head about lucid dreaming, and I'm wondering if it has some kind of a link to antidepressants. So please let me know if you have lucid dreaming. Are you or are you not on these medications? Sweet.
Jocelyn, sounds like you're trying to come up with another video idea.
So things to make note of that I just wrote down here. With antidepressants, you have REM suppression, you have REM rebound upon the discontinuation of antidepressants, and then you have a delay in REM onset to the end of the night. Again, another aside, I can't let it go. I'm like a Jack Russell Terrier with a sock. Does REM suppression cure depression or treat it? REM is super important, so yeah, that's weird. That's a weird one for me. If you happen to know that, let me know in the comment section down below. And now we have antipsychotics. So we have depressive psychotics often report poor sleep. So an increase in sleep onset and an increase in wake after sleep onset, a decreased total sleep time, lots of awakenings, restless sleep. So these are going to be drugs like thorazine, Mellaril, which is chlorpromazine, and thioridazine. So these typically improve sleep. They increase your total sleep time, although they may have some hangover effects. They also may increase or decrease stage 3. Good, it's one or the other. And then some of the newer antipsychotics, such as clozapine or olanzapine, may be sedating.
Oh, Jocelyn, remember what I said earlier about you seeming like you actually might know about this? I changed my mind.
I knew you would. So next up we have mood stabilizers. So that is going to be lithium. We're going to have Tegretol and Depakote. So lithium, increased sedation. You have an increased sedation, increase in total sleep time, and it may increase stage 3 sleep. You have a decrease of REM. And with this, there have been cases of sleepwalking that start with the use of this med. So Tegretol, you have an increased sedation, you have an increase in total sleep time of up to 11%. That is one sleepy bastard. Increase in agitation, restlessness, and insomnia are also reported. Now with Depakote, you have a slight increase in sedation, and then really no effects on sleep have been reported. Now we have fun stuff like narcotics. So you have an increase in wake after sleep onset, you have decreased REM, as well as decrease in stage 3. Then other drugs such as clonidine, we have no effect on total sleep time. We have an increase in wake after sleep onset, more fragmented sleep architecture, as well as a decrease in REM. Tagamet, we have increases in stage 3. L-Dopa, we have no effect on total sleep time or stage 3, but it does increase REM sleep. You looking for some more REM sleep? Ask about L-Dopa. L-Dopa, yeah. Steroids, including prednisone, you have an increase in sleep onset, meaning it takes you longer to fall asleep, as well as an increase in waking after sleep onset. Lots of complaints of insomnia, and it decreases, shocker, decreases your total sleep time. Then we have marijuana. Psst. So acute use, you have minimal sleep disruption, a slight decrease in REM. Chronic use, you have marked long-term suppression of stage 3 slow wave sleep. Guys, I think that just about covers it. I do believe. If you have any comments or questions, I mean, honestly, don't ask me questions because, like I said, I really don't know. If you have any comments, leave them in the comments section. I would greatly appreciate that. Check out the description box for helpful links. And with that, thank you so much for watching. Bye. Clean your stinky mask with some Mask Bright, available at Amazon. Thank you to all watching, but an extra thick thanks butter to Doug Toombs, Jason Georgiades, Patricia Espelong, Starvesh Joshi, Stuart Hetherington, Mona Swearingen, Chungchu Chen, Edward Steiner, Erin Stevenson, Deborah Permute, and Shannon Kerr, and another slightly less thick thanks buddy to all the other YouTube members, Patreon supporters, and other stuff.